Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a little trip down to Clevedon. Another one of those places that I used to go as a kid and really enjoyed it. So you get to see the amazing Clevedon with the iconic Clevedon Pier as well, which is totally beautiful. Hope you enjoy it. See you soon. That is a lovely place, Tyntesfield. We are National Trust members, of course. Get out to these National Trust places sometimes. Tyntesfield is one of them. Just so happens to be just up the road from where we live, and it is just the most stunning house and grounds. We love it there. Say living out in the countryside like this is something that I wouldn't mind at all. It's not that far from Bristol, it's not actually that far from where I live, but it's just got a totally different feel to it. And something out here with a nice little garage, well, not a little garage, maybe a massive garage. Yeah, massive garage. Something out here with a massive garage. That'd just be awesome. Convinced Lillian that we should be living in the countryside and that we need a massive garage. Maybe get another bike, maybe two, who knows. So this is the little town of Clevedon. You can smell the chips straight away. Fish and chips and the seafront. They go together, don't they? There's the famous Clevedon Pier. As you can see, the weather is absolutely stunning, and Clevedon is quite famous for its pier. So you can see straight across from here and look, I think it's Cardiff I can see on the other side there. And the pier used to have boats that could take you over to Wales. So you just go to the end of the pier, kind of just buy a ticket and you could get the boat straight over to Wales. But obviously, since the two bridges have been opened over to Wales, there's really no need for those boats anymore. But it would be quite nice to get a little boat over to Wales from here, because you could just see it straight over there. I was in Cardiff this morning helping my oldest son with something in his house, so it's kind of funny looking at it right over there now. That's where I was this morning. But yeah, thought I'd get out just for a little ride. It's about half an hour ride to Clevedon. So it gets me out an hour on the bike just to kind of yeah, have a bit of alone time, which is nice. But I tell you what, the one thing about doing motorcycle kind of distance riding or adventures, stuff like that, it just messes you up so bad. Because now, in the back of my head, whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, I'm thinking about some ride somewhere. And I've just got so many memories of the ride down to Turkey. And one of the most memorable ones was when I was riding in Bosnia from Jadje down towards Mostar. And just the roads and the scenery were just unbelievable, just unbelievable. And it makes you want to go back and do it all over again. And that's the problem with motorcycle adventures like that, doing motorcycle touring, is that you kind of get the bug. You want to do it all the time. So every little ride that you do, even though it's amazing and you love it, you kind of in the back of your head thinking, oh, I'd love to be crossing a border into another country right now. Love to be going to somewhere completely new where you don't understand the language or anything. And that is really something that I've been bitten with that bug, most definitely been bitten with that bug, and really want to go on another trip as soon as I can and experience all that kind of stuff again. It's just awesome. So it's great. If you really want to do motorcycle adventures and go on a tour, then you should definitely do it. But just remember that when you do, it completely messes you up. Nothing else beats it. You want to be doing it all the time. And somewhere in the back of your head all the time is this kind of idea that you want to get out and do it all over again and do another trip. So another thing that's also still very real for me, and that is wanting to get a Harley Davidson Sportster. And I've had so many people try and talk me out of it. Say, no, you don't want a Sportster, you don't want to do it. I've never actually ridden one. I've only actually sat on one. So I don't even know what they're like to ride. This is not based on how good a motorcycle they are or if it's particularly well designed for touring and all that kind of thing. It's much more to do with the fact that I've always loved the Sportster. I've just loved it, loved the look of it, loved the sound of it. I'm not too much of the kind of the slash cut pipes, you know, where it's so loud that you're making everybody deaf when you're riding past. More of the standard type exhaust sound. But I love the sound of it, absolutely love the sound of it. And it's just small and neat and looks amazing, it sounds amazing. And I would love to do a crazy tour on a Harley Davidson Sportster. I know they're not really meant for that, and people say it's probably not the right bike for it. It probably isn't the right bike for it, but neither is a Triumph Thunderbird, to be fair. And that one did 6,000 miles in the summer, last summer, and did just fine, no issues at all. And I know people that have done touring on Sportsters, some friends, some people I know, they've just gone down all the way down to the south of Turkey, and it did amazingly well. So I think I would like to give that a go as well somewhere. I've got some ideas planned, some crazy ideas for some rides that I really want to do. And I'd love to do it on a Sportster. It's going to be the 883. It's going to be the 883R, which stands for Roadster, I believe. And because the Roadster has the double discs at the front, and it also has a slightly different riding position, slightly more upright, I think, than your average Sportster. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. But anyway, it's something I really want to do, and it's probably going to happen. And I think it's time to put a second bike in the stable, you know. It's okay. I ideally want a Sportster that still has carburetors, so it's got to be before 2007. And it's got to be after 2004 because that's when they went rubber mounted with the engine. So I think it's going to be kind of the 2005-06 mark, kind of 2-3 years of bikes that I have to choose from. And I will go injectors if there's nothing else available and the right deal comes along. But I kind of like the idea of being able to fix stuff on the side of the road myself if things go wrong. I'm handy enough to do that. But with injectors, I think it needs to be plugged in and all that kind of thing. I'm not going to get rid of the Thunderbird. It's going to be alongside the Triumph, and they're going to live side by side, the best of British and the best of American right there. That's going to start arguments because some people are going to think that Indian are better. I'm not going to get into an argument about that. I have no idea. Some good British engineering, some good American engineering, sharing the Thunder Cave. I need to get moving because it is now 25 to 5. and I'm meeting some friends at 6 o'clock. We're going out for a drink and a curry, and we do it once a month. And it's one of those things we all do because we need it, us blokes. So we're meeting up tonight. I need to get home, get changed. Overnight for me. This was just a short one to take you on a little trip, to talk about what it's like to have done a tour on your motorcycle and how much it messes you up, because it actually does mess you up. It makes you want to do it all the time. And again, the Harley itch, just, making me scratch. I actually heard, I think, that One Direction did a video on that pier once. In their heyday. One Direction. No, I'm not into One Direction. I just know that they did a video on the pier. That's all I'm going to say about that. And without question, you feel like an absolute idiot when you're talking to a camera in front of other people. Just got to get over it. You come far today?
Just near Oxford.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I just fancy fish and chips at the seaside.
Oh, is it now? No, that's a fair distance to come for fish and chips. Yeah, leaving Clevedon. Say goodbye to the pier. Let's hit the road. Let's get home. Funny, I'm meeting that guy. I hope I picked it up on camera. I'm not sure I did, but he come all the way from Oxford just to have some fish and chips by the sea. I was like, well, fair enough. You know, that's a fair way to come. That's actually a long way to come, isn't it? Oxford to Clevedon for fish and chips. But I like that kind of thing. That's what you do when you have a motorcycle. You don't tend to do that when you've got a car, do you? When you've got a car, you're like, it's not an adventure, is it? It's more of a ball ache, driving somewhere. But when you've got a motorcycle, everything's an adventure.